Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Cavanaugh's Corner. I hope you enjoyed that new intro. I've been working on it for a while now, and we're going to be changing some things up on the channel. So over the next couple weeks you'll see some new shows. I'm going to be talking about that later on in the video. Today, this is a kind of a review. I know this is kind of out of left field. This is definitely not a new release. It's an older movie. It's been out for a while, but I picked it up recently for dirt cheap, and it's kind of been on the backlog, and I've been wanting to do this one for a while, but it's a movie that I enjoy. It's a remake, and you know, again, not everybody likes this movie. I enjoy bits and pieces of it, and I wanted to talk about it today. This is the new 4K edition of King Kong. This is the remake, the Peter Jackson film. And, you know, I enjoyed this movie. I think it's a very entertaining film. Again, I'm not going to be talking about the movie itself. I will be talking about a particular version of the movie in this that I actually have never seen until this actual 4K disc, but I want to talk about the overall picture quality, the audio quality, and, you know, just give you an idea of whether or not this is worth the pickup. So today, you know, King Kong, this is the Ultimate Edition, as it says here. I enjoy the movie. I think it's fun. I will say, though, for the first time, I watched the extended cut of the movie. This is the longer version of the film. Yes, actually, it's almost 3.5 hours. I just wanted to double check that. But yeah, the regular cut of the film is just a little over 3 hours. The extended cut is 3 hours, 20 minutes. So it's about, you know, 12 minutes longer, and I have to say, I'm not crazy about the extended cut. I think it's fine. You know, it adds a few extra things here and there. Nothing to the point where I would say it's like absolutely necessary to own. I liked it. I didn't say I was nuts about it, but again, it does add a few things that you missed out in the original theatrical version of the film. Thankfully, on this set here, the theatrical and the extended cut are both on the 4K disc, so you can watch the movie however you want in the best quality possible. Both versions look the exact same. They look fantastic. I really enjoyed King Kong in 4K. I do have to admit, this is a really good-looking disc at times. There were a few shots here and there that showed up in the film that looked a little fuzzy. Now, they're not extremely long. They don't last for a long period of time, but you notice them. And I do have to say that the fuzzy stuff, it was almost like they forgot to do something with the upscaling of the film. I'm not sure exactly what, but the movie does have a lot of CGI in it, and the CGI in certain cases still holds up, and in certain cases needs a little work. This is one of those movies I always like to compare to the Star Wars prequels, where like everything is CGI almost all the time. There's very rarely a moment where you're not in a situation where the actors are completely surrounded by CGI landscapes or sets or anything like that. The boat, I think, is probably the best set in the movie, because it really seems to be self-contained and really, you know, old-fashioned looking. And that's the best thing I like about this movie, is that you really get that time period down pat, which I love. And Peter Jackson is kind of a master at setting tone and atmosphere and everything. If you've seen the Lord of the Rings movies, you know what I'm talking about. But picture quality as a whole, I'd say it's pretty fantastic. I really love the way this movie looked. It gets very bright at times. The black levels are damn near perfect. I really love the way that the movie looked almost throughout. Detail level is incredible. One thing I have to mention is Andy Serkis's work as King Kong in this is amazing. I love him as Kong, and really the way that the fur and everything looks on Kong really stands out on this 4K disc. They did a phenomenal job. I mean, this movie is, you know, this movie's kind of getting up there now. It came out in 2005. So, you know, the CGI at that time, it was okay, but that has aged really well. And I love the way Kong looks in this movie. I think it looks fantastic. And, you know, Kong Skull Island, I think, you know, just kind of carried on that look. Again, I like the way Kong is presented in this film. I think he looks fantastic. And the 4K disc really does give you a boost in colors. The HDR10 that's on the disc is fantastic. I really, really enjoyed it. The other thing I want to mention to you is that this guy here has a completely new DTS:X mix. And that completely new DTS:X mix is loud. It's a loud mix. It is very booming. I actually had to turn down the volume a little, which is a very strange thing. I'm used to those Disney discs where you gotta pump it up a few notches. This one here, you may have to turn the sucker down. There's some really heavy bass hits in this disc. I enjoyed it. I thought it was great. The surrounds are used really well. Overheads are used to a pretty good degree. You really don't get a lot of overhead usage until you get to the island in the movie. That's when you get a lot of the overhead usage, a lot of ambient noise and creature sounds. And I liked it. I thought it was very well done. But the main reason why you're buying this disc is that picture quality. Detail level is incredible. I mean, you can look at Naomi Watts in one scene and see that there's like stuff in her hair. It's really incredible. It's really, really amazing, and I really loved it. Is it worth the upgrade? I'd say so. This also comes with the standard Blu-ray disc that has all the special features, and this does have a ton of special features. We got making of documentaries, you've got all kinds of stuff. I mean, the T-Rex fight, how they did that between Kong and the T-Rexes. I loved it. I absolutely loved that. And it's very, very, it's very informational, very informative, I should say. I enjoyed it. I really liked this disc. I picked this up for around 10 bucks. And I have to say, for a 4K disc of this magnitude, if you can get it for that price, $10, $15, my God, is this worth it. Now, it's not a movie I'm gonna revisit all the time just because it's just so long, but it's a fun and entertaining watch for a weekend where if you just wanna lay back and watch King Kong, this is the best way you're gonna do it. Anyway, I'm Andrew Cavanaugh. Thank you for coming back to Cavanaugh's Corner. Now, some of the other stuff I want to mention to you is that I'm going to be having 2 new shows coming up soon. So Cavanaugh's Corner has kind of been the mainstay, and I've, used it to review movies, 4K discs mainly. I've done all kinds of things on this channel. There's going to be 2 new shows coming soon, and I'm very excited to talk to you about that. The first show is going to be we're going to be doing a particular show for current release movies. I want to have a different title for each type of review. So for the 4K discs, we'll be keeping Cavanaugh's Corner. That will be the mainstay. That'll kind of be the bread and butter of the channel, as they say. I'm going to be doing current release movies as well. That will be called At the Movies with Andrew. And that's going to be a whole beast of its own. We're going to be doing it a little differently, different setting, and that's going to be that. And I wanted to call it that because one of my heroes is Roger Ebert and Gene Siskel, and those guys were very big to me growing up. And the only way I could think of honoring them is calling the show At the Movies, because that's really what it should be. And then after that, we're going to be doing the other show that's going to be new, and it was requested, and that's going to be the streaming. We're going to be calling it Streaming with AC, and that is going to be pure reviews on streaming content, whether they be on Netflix, Hulu, whatever, Amazon. We're going to be soon Apple. You're going to have Disney soon. Streaming is really taking over. And I wanted to extend my reviews to streaming as well. So we're going to have 3 shows: Cavanaugh's Corner, At the Movies with Andrew, and Streaming with AC. So we're going to have that. AC is my initials, by the way, Andrew Cavanaugh, if you didn't catch on to that. But anyway, we're going to have 3 shows. Now again, we're going to still have a video, at least a video a week. Again, I apologize if I miss a week here and there. Sometimes work gets crazy. This is not my main job. But I'm going to be trying to do at least one of these videos a week. Some weeks you may get a Cavanaugh's Corner, other weeks you may get an At the Movies, other times you may get the Streaming with AC, sometimes you may get 2, you may get all 3, you never know. But again, when these videos come out, you'll know it. Please hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit that little bell icon so we can notify you when these videos come out. It means the world to me if you do that. We are extremely close to 1,000 subscribers. At the time of doing this video, we were under 30 people away. We got to hit that 1,000. If we do, you'll be hearing from me again very soon. Thank you so much. As always, I'm Andrew Cavanaugh. Thank you for coming back to Cavanaugh's Corner, and stay tuned. Have a good night.